We'll get going in about 1 minute. All right. Let's play. All right, kids, let's get to it. We'll start with some J curls. Get some nice rounding across your back. Tuck your chin, round your way down, round your way back up. We're going for 4. 4 on the J curls to start. After those 4 J curls, we get shoulder rolls, 5 forward, 5 backwards. And we'll get normal arm series, arm hugs, long arm swings, Egyptians, 10 on each, 5 with each hand on top. We'll get our sunrise good mornings, nice wide stance, tracing a big circle with your fingertips, 2 each way. And right into baby makers, butt high, elbows back, pry open the hips. Shimmy around, open up your squat. Down into a prayer squat, nice deep squat, big chest, neutral spine. We'll go right to push-up position. Pigeon pose, knee to your chest, pull your back foot back. Relax into it, hang out. And we'll switch it up, pigeon pose, other side. Other side, pigeon pose. Go ahead and relax. We'll go seated. We got windshield wipers, 5 each way on the windshield wipers, both knees down to the same side. That's no good. And from there, we'll go crab position. Hold when you guys are ready. Feet flat, elbows straight. Pop your hips up. Get some good shoulder extension. Go ahead and relax. We'll go supine, straight leg high kicks. We're going for 5 each side. 5 each side. And from there, right into push-up position, we'll get goat stretch. And goat stretch will be just one. Just a single on the goat stretch, one each side. There we go. One each side for goat stretch. Okay, there we go. Okay. From there, you guys can hop up. And we'll go hands up, shoulder height, palms up towards the ceiling, arm circles, 5 nice and small, 5 medium, and then 5 as big as you can. We'll go forward and backwards. So 15 forward, 15 backwards. We'll follow that up with straight leg march directly into a scale. So opposite arm and leg for the straight leg march. Same arm and leg on the scale. Make sure you're stable before you recover. To each side. Right in the hand walks, we're going 2 forward, 2 backwards on the hand walks. 2 forward, 2 backwards on the hand walks in place. And from there, let's hit baby makers one more time. Wider stance, aggressive elbows, sink in a little deeper, shimmy around. Use your elbows to your advantage to find those nooks and crannies. We'll go right to quadruped position, puppy dog pose. So on your hands and knees, reach out nice and far, elbows straight, drop it down to the ground. Go ahead and relax. Back to quadruped, so on your hands and knees, and we'll get cat camel, getting some nice rounding. And belly stays tight as you go into extension. We're going for 5. Get your 5 reps and then you guys can hop up. So we will need our skinny band, our lightest band. And we are going star pulls. We'll go 15 each way. Make sure you guys go to a fully recovered position each time, which is right in front of your shoulders. One hand on top, one hand on the bottom. We're going 15 each way. And make sure you guys have adequate resistance. So your hand should be about shoulder width. I shouldn't necessarily be at the full width of the band. It's probably gonna be too easy for you. So just make sure you guys feel this. I mean, this should be a challenging movement, especially for 15 reps. Back in front of your shoulders after each rep. And from there, guys, we'll stick with the light band, just continuing to warm up our shoulders. Let's go inside the band for some easy band presses. Feel free to grab a little slack in between your feet if you want it to be more difficult. So just inside the band, pressing overhead, we'll go for 15. No big deal there. And we'll finish with our midline piece. My abs are actually pretty sore from yesterday. We're going supine leg raise. We're going 1 by 30 reps. So make sure your hands are placed underneath your butt and not too low, not too high. They should not be under your low back. We don't want to exaggerate that lumbar curve. I want to keep my low back safe by keeping my hands underneath my butt cheeks. Supine leg raise. We're going for 30. When you guys are ready, you can hop up. We'll probably need all our bands. So make sure you have your bands out and on standby, ready to go. And also our long bar. We're going to light up our glutes with some lateral band walks, and we're going to go right into deadlifts. So this will be pretty glute dominant to start. We're probably going to go through it twice and then hit it again on the back end, but I'll keep you guys updated as to what we're doing. So we need our skinny band for our lateral band walks. This will be cut into thirds. This can be going around our feet, so around our ankles, I should say. And then we'll need our heavier bands. You could use your skinny band as well, but at least you're heavy, if not you're heavy and you're medium, for some long bar banded deadlifts, which we know we've done these a bunch. You guys don't need to do them right now. I'm just demoing as a quick review because we are going to cycle back and forth on these two movements. So long bar deadlifts, we do these all the time. These are kind of our go-to posterior chain movement. All right. So like I said, probably all 3 bands. And again, the best setup for this is probably just going to be skinny band for the lateral band walks and just keep that there for that. So you don't need to swap in the bands so much. We can just go back and forth between these two movements. And then your medium and your heavy band, you guys can utilize for your banded deadlift, either one of them or both of them. All right. So deadlift wise, if we can have that set up ready to go, that would be good. So we can transition fairly quick. And then when you guys are ready, I want you to get that skinny band cut into thirds. So I have my deadlift set up and I have my foot long skinny band that I chopped into thirds. I'll get a clock going and I will explain what we're doing. I feel like that was probably a really poor explanation. So I will explain everything, make sure we're all clear. All right, so we are going back and forth between our lateral band walks. Based on your room, one step is fine, but if you have a bunch of room, you can go lateral steps for a couple. We're going for time on that, and then we're going to go for reps on the deadlift, and we'll be going back and forth for a couple rounds here. So let's start. Get your feet set up. We should be inside that skinny band cut into thirds, and it should be just around our ankles. Knees is fine, but stay below the knee if you guys go to the knees. But ankles or below the knee. So basically anywhere below the knee is fair game on this. We're going for 1 minute. These aren't super stimulating as far as like, they're not super exciting, but they are very effective as far as what's going on with your glutes. So one thing, you guys, make sure your toes stay straight ahead and you maintain a quarter squat. It should not turn into this. This is no good. My glutes aren't getting the engagement that they could be getting. So when you guys are ready, let's go quarter squat. We got 1 minute on the clock in 5, in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Work to keep your toes straight ahead. I'll just be talking to you the entire time. Knees stay open. That's the whole point of this. So your knee has got to stay over your heel. Don't let your knee cave in as you guys do these. This is no good. And then one thing as far as your foot position, work to land flat-footed. As you take your step, try not to creep into it. Land flat-footed on each step. And actually, there's tons to talk about here, so I'm just going to keep talking. Ideally, my shoulders stay square, and I'm not leaning side to side. Don't worry, we're getting there time-wise. And my glutes should begin talking to me. We got 10 seconds. 5. And stop. Beautiful. You guys can unhook yourself from the band, go right to your deadlifts. We will sync back up when we do the lateral band walks. Deadlifts are 20 reps. Beautiful, you guys. Very nice. Knock out your 20. And then the 1 minute clock for the lateral band walks begins in 15 seconds. Band, same setup. Around the ankles. I'll give you guys a little bit more time. Don't want to rush you too much. Finish those deads. Get your feet set up. We're going in 7, in 5, 3, 2, 1. Lateral band walks. If you're a little behind, no worries. Just hop in when you're ready. Again, 1 minute. Woo. As you fatigue, make sure you maintain your quarter squat. That's very important. Quarter squat, toes straight ahead. That's the goal. Last 10. And 3, 2, 1. That's time. Back to the deads. We're going for 20. And again, we will sync back up on the lateral band walks. 20 on the deadlifts. Feel free to chop those reps down if you need to. And you guys are looking good, but I haven't said anything about your back. That should be implied on your deadlift. Your back is set. Patrick, open your chest a little more in the base. When you're at the bottom, there we go. Good, good, good. Otherwise, you guys are looking pretty good. One more time through. Okay. Get that band, chop it into thirds. Slide the feet in. The clock begins in 10 seconds. And we're sticking with 1 minute in 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh, 20. Five, 3, 2, 1. That's time. Back to the deads for 20. Oh, woo. Oh, yeah. Oh. Go work, you guys. That was a glute burner. That was very nice. Nice job, Patrick. All right. Medium and heavy band, possibly medium and light, but honestly, this will give you a lot of resistance options, so this should be fine. We're going top point attachment. We did some incline presses last week. This week, we're doing, I'm going to say decline. It's kind of a stretch, but we're changing the angle. So your heavy band is cut in half at your top point, your top anchor point, and then your medium band's cut in half. And again, so this will have a lot of stretch, you guys. So if you don't go real far, the resistance will be pretty minimal, and that's totally fine. But you have the option of really walking out far. I like this because there are so many more options as opposed to just the direct point of contact. So we're going to start with some flies. We'll go standing for the flies, just to be clear. The flies, when we do them, whether it's on the trainer or with the bands, the biggest thing is there's a little bit more separation between the hands. But your goal is you don't need to go beyond hands in line, which would be the frontal plane. You don't need to pass this frontal plane of the body. I don't need to pass my body with the hands, even if I can. I don't need to go, ugh! That's no good. A little bit compromising across the shoulder. So my goal is with my elbows soft, create some space. We're doing flies. We're going to go from the top anchor point, standing. So technically a small decline here, and that fly should come down about belly button height. After that, we'll go to a half kneel. You're way stronger, so you'll probably want to step out a little farther. We're going right into our presses. Again, from that top anchor point. All right. The rep count will be 20 and 30. 20 on the flies. Take your time. There's no rush. 30 on the presses. The presses were super strong. If you guys need to modify any of these reps, feel free to do so. On the fly, you guys are coming down just below the chest. Well, that's really based on where your anchor point is, I guess I should say. But get some decent resistance, create some space in between your hands, and control this more than anything. Get some good length across your chest. Then half kneel, maybe walk out a little farther because we're strong here, and we're going for 30. Whew. The fly, we're standing. The press, we're going to a half kneel. $20 and $30. We will be changing our bands because we're not just going to go chest back to back to back because obviously we're going to kind of give out across the chest if that happens. We're going into post delts, you guys. So we'll do the same Y setup. This is kind of the stubby Y. We're going to do a long Y. So medium band to be long, short band, or sorry, the light band cut in half at our medium anchor.
Quick question.
Yes.
For the one you just did, are the bands under your arms? They're like smacking me above and below. I don't know how to situate them.
Yeah, so it's going to be kind of a preference thing, and you got to feel it out. So I will go two ways. I'll put my elbow inside the band. That works fairly well. It's going to control the band because at least it's underneath me, so it won't hit me in the face at all. But otherwise, band is technically on top. If it's under, that could work. Maybe a little uncomfortable because it's going to want to roll out from underneath. But you have three options. It's really going to be preference. Elbow inside works pretty well. Band over the top, I think, is also good. Underneath is a little wacky. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Feel it out. Play with the reps a little bit.
Okay.
All right. We need our Y setup, you guys. So medium, band long, light band cut in half. And we're doing another small complex for post delts. We're doing Y pulls into pull aparts. Pull aparts will be high volume. The Y pulls, those are tough. So those will be lower volume. We're going 15 plus 30. 15 plus 30. One of my favorite complexes. The Y, I'm going here. Pull aparts, I'm going here. Get some adequate resistance, you guys. Butt tight, belly tight. Y for 15. And then standard pull aparts for 30. And feel free to adjust your resistance so you have maybe a little more for those standard pull aparts. Y's to start for 15. And then 30 on the pull aparts. You can blast those out. They can be quick. 15 on the Ys. Standard pull aparts, we're going for 30. And when you guys are done, you can set back up the press or set the press back up. Heavy band cut in half, medium band cut in half on the heavy band. And yes, that was a great question by Brooklyn about where should the bands be in relation to your arm. I mean, first off, if you're wearing a long sleeve, it makes it a little bit easier because you won't really feel the bands. But otherwise, just kind of preference. It's either gonna be over the top, elbow in the center, or underneath. And you should find one that's at least somewhat comfortable. Bands aren't perfect. They're not like dumbbells or a barbell, but they can find a sweet spot. Same reps, you guys. Same reps, 20 on the flies and then 30 on the presses. The flies are standing and the presses will be half kneel. Half kneel for the press, 30. Nice job, you guys. You can set yourself up for that posterior delt complex. Same reps. We're going 15 and 30, guys. 15 on the Ys, 30 on the pull aparts. Blow up that upper back. Y pulls will be 15. Pull aparts will be 30. Adjust your resistance accordingly. The Y pulls are tough, so feel free to scoot it in as needed. Pull aparts are 30. You can blast those out pretty quick. Whew. Yeah, and those will get spicy. Those will definitely get spicy. We're cycling through this one more time, you guys. And then we'll move on. We'll do something different. So when you guys finish those pull aparts, you can go back to that high point. This will be the last time here. You got heavy band cut in half, medium band. You could go light band if you need to. That's totally fine. But 2 bands cut in half, that'll provide good angles and good resistance. Flies are 20. Those are standing. Presses are 30, and those are half kneel. Nice job, you guys. Good work on the presses. All right, pull apart series to finish. Y's for 15. And then standard pull aparts for 30. Last time through, or last one here. Y's 15. Work for straight elbows. Squeeze your butt. Keep your ribs tucked. So belly nice and tight. $30 on the pull apart. Blast them out. Whew. And when you guys are done, you can take a breather. We are done with that series. And workout wise, all we're going to need is our trainer and a jump rope. Trainer and a jump rope. So finish off those pull aparts, you guys. Take a little breather. Grab a sip of water. And then make sure you have your trainer ready to go. And a jump rope. And we will be squatting in the workout. So we'll open up our squat a little bit. We'll do a little jump rope. Just make sure our calves are ready to go. And then we'll approach this workout. It is simple, but it'll be challenging if you push yourself. So first, you guys, if you want to grab your jump rope and jump rope for just about 30 seconds, I mean, get your calves going. A little plantar flexion. I got you on a clock from when I started, so you guys can go at your own pace or go off of me. Ten seconds. Three, two, one. Beautiful. And again, we are squatting. So if you guys want to hop into a baby maker real quick, we'll go baby maker prayer squat, just so it's not a completely foreign position. And prayer squat when you're ready. Go ahead and relax. We'll go 5 squats. All right, beautiful. Here we go. We have AMRAP in 4 minutes. Super simple, but these ones are always tough because you cycle through so quickly. AMRAP in 4 minutes, so as many times as possible. 10 trainer push-ups or normal push-ups. Either one is fine. Just maintain your good positions and don't break across your midline. full range of motion. I'll be on the trainer, but choose what works for you. And then 10 air squat jumps. That's it, back and forth. 10 trainer push-ups, 10 air squat jumps, 4 minutes. From there, we'll go right into 2 minutes of jumping rope, however you want to. And then we're gonna go 2 minutes, 10 trainer push-ups, 10 air squat jumps. 4 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. We have 10s on the trainer push-ups and the air squat jumps. Jump rope is just jumping the entire time. I'll keep you updated on the time, what we're doing and all that stuff. Just to review an air squat jump, all you got to do is leave the ground an inch. Leave the ground a little bit. That's just a little bit more explosiveness, but also more loading on the landing. So it just fries your legs a tad more. All right, 4 minute clock. We'll go in 15 seconds. Push-ups or trainer push-ups for 10. And then air squat jumps for 10 as well. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 4 minutes. We're approaching halfway. We're down to our last minute. $40. 20. 10. 3, 2, 1. Jump rope, 2 minutes. Last minute. And I'm sorry, I didn't say this. We're reversing the order to start. It doesn't make a huge difference. It just means we're starting with the air squat jumps. So for the 2 minutes coming up, it'll be 10 air squat jumps and then into the push-ups. So just a small change. 20 seconds. Five, 3, 2, 1. All right, last 2 minutes. Let's go. Whew. Last 50 seconds. Ten, 5, 3, 2, 1. That's time. Whew. Good work, you guys. Nice job. If you want to join me for a straddle and some nasal breathing, we can do that. So tomorrow will be some unilateral work and pulling, and then Friday's a doozy. Friday's a tough one. If you can, try and close your mouth. Inhale and exhale through your nose. We'll go left hand overhead to right. And switch it up other side. And back to the center for 30 more seconds. That's it. Go work, you guys. Nice job. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Gail, Lando, awesome. Patrick, see ya. Good work. Brooklyn, champ, awesome.
Thanks, Coach.
TK, see you, Jan. See you guys.